it's such a longing music. It makes me want to go there, and I've never even been.
You haven't?
No, no, I need to. I need to. I love the music. There's such a wonderful longing to it. Let's talk a little bit about the Irish or Celtic music scene that's here around Cape Ann and on the North Shore. I sense that you have a really good following, because probably a lot of people know these songs and like to come and sing along, right?
Definitely, definitely. Either gigs or sessions or music sales. It's often participatory. If you go to Ireland, one of the things about music in Ireland is that people love to sing, and people are always singing along. The year I lived there, I went to an Elton John gig, and everyone was singing all his songs. And in Ireland, you're expected to have your party piece, either a poem or a song to do at a party. So, definitely.
So a little brogue to the Crocodile Rock?
There, yeah.
All right. Excellent, excellent. Well, I mean, I know that you folks, you have some steady gigs that you play, and we're going to get to that in a little bit, but I want to try to get in as much music as possible. So why don't you introduce the guys that are playing with you, and then do another song?
Okay. All right. So to my far left, your right, is Steve Levy. I call him Stringman Steve Levy. He's got his bouzouki and banjo here today, and he also plays mandolin and guitar very capably. He's a graduate of Berkeley?
No, not a graduate.
Not a graduate.
A dropout.
No wonder he's so good.
As Steve likes to say, he's from the bonny banks of Revere Beach.
Boulevard, yeah.
Yep,
That's
and
me.
he now lives in Arlington. And to my near left is David Delabar from Magnolia, Mass. And David plays whistles. He's got his whistles here today, but David is equally versatile. He plays concertina, Scottish small pipes, whistles, bodhrán, great harmony singer, vocals. Am I forgetting anything?
Nope.
And he has more whistles than anyone maybe on this planet.
Never enough.
Never enough. And Stephen and David are part of a trio called Roaring Mary. And unfortunately, the third member couldn't be here today. And it's kind of good she couldn't, because I don't know where we would have put her on the stage. That's Linda Swicker from Ipswich. And actually, we're going to be doing a gig on St. Patrick's Day. We can talk about it a little later. But
Yep,
let's do a kind of a song we might do for St. Patty's.
Mountain Dew.
Mountain Dew.
And this instrument, Michael?
This is a bodhrán, or as I like to call it, the goat, because this is a frame drum. Different ideas about its origin. One tradition says it was actually a winnowing instrument. They would just winnow grain with it. I can imagine it being used for that, and then like turn it into a drum, or that its its origins are also thought to be in the Middle East.
Okay,
So,
wonderful.
there's lots of jokes about the bodhrán playing. So we're going to do a song. That first song had just about everything in it. It had paddy and it had shamrocks, but it didn't have any whiskey. So playing to the St. Patrick's stereotypes, this song's called the Mountain Dew. It's all about pochine, what we call Mountain Dew in America, or moonshine. In Ireland, it's called pochine or pochine. Let grasses grow and waters flow in a free and easy way, but give me enough of the railroad stuff that's made near Galway Bay. Come gougers all from Donegal, Sligo and Leitch from two, but give them a slip and we'll take a sip of the railroad Mountain Dew. Hi diddly-i dum di diddly-i dum di diddly-i diddly-i day. Hi diddly-i dum di diddly-i dum di diddly-i diddly-i day. There's a neat little still at the foot of the hill where the smoke curls up to the sky. By a whiff of the smell you can plainly tell there's poaching boys close by, with a perfume rare that fills the air betwixt both me and you. As home we roll, we'll drink a bowl or a bucket of the Mountain Dew. Ah, diddly-i dum di diddly-i diddly-i day. Ah, diddly-i dum di diddly-i dum di diddly-i diddly-i day. Ra diddly-i dum di diddly-i dum di diddly-i diddly-i day. Hi diddly-i dum di diddly-i dum di diddly-i diddly-i day. So we followed up that song with a polka, the name of which was a little
Under discussion.
under discussion.
Well, they made me thirsty. They definitely did.
Yeah, living down in Tennessee all those years, you probably had some.
I don't remember.
You don't remember? So I just want to mention that song I meant to dedicate it to someone. I learned that song from an Irish musician named David O'Doherty, who was a large presence in the Boston Irish music community in more ways than one.
Uh-huh.
And this is our first St. Patrick's Day without him. So
Oh.
he passed away last summer, and but that was the song I got from him.
Excellent.
So-
Okay, rest in peace, Dave.
Yes, yep. So.
So let's talk a little bit about some of the places that you guys play on a regular basis. And since this is going to be airing during the week of St. Patrick's Day, I think you got a special gig coming up on St. Patrick's Day, don't you?
We do. We're going to be playing at the Seaport Grill. I can just it's practically right across the street from where I live, so I can just at the end of the night I can just roll home.
We're going to be watching you.
Yeah, that's right. So actually, we're going to be there from 3 to 7. It's going to be myself with Roaring Mary. Lynn will be there. Steve, he's going to have to cut out early to go to another gig, but we got some other guests coming to fill in, and it should be a good afternoon.
You guys got a lot of pickers hanging around and
That's right.
going back and forth and playing with each other and, different groups and things. That's wonderful.
Yeah, through the regular gig we have is at the Landing in Manchester. It's odd Sundays of the month, the first, third, and fifth Sundays.
Odd Sundays of the month on the landing,
The Landing
right in downtown
Manchester,
Manchester.
not Marblehead.
Manchester, Mass. Manchester
People
by the
actually-
sea.
Yeah.
Yep.
So we have a regular Celtic music session there, and it's totally acoustic. It's in the room upstairs at the Landing. It's just a great room. It's sweet acoustics, just a nice size. It's a mix of tunes and songs. It's very informal. I host it with Bob and Jennifer Strom. Steve and David often come to sit in and play,
Excellent.
and sing, and other people come. A lot of people come and sing. It's grown into a place where people have found their voice there and
wonderful.
learning songs and.
So you recommend people that enjoy this kind of music and would like to maybe get up and sing to come on down? huh?
Absolutely.
Oh, that's great.
And is
Okay.
it kid friendly?
It's definitely kid friendly.
That's good to know
Not
too.
when I'm there.
We'll be there on after the Sunday after St. Patrick's Day, March 20th. That'll be
Okay, very good.
St. Patty's session.
Now, in the summertime, I know one of your favorites and one of my favorite gigs that we get to do around Cape Ann is the music sales on the Lannon, with Tommy and Kay Ellis and the beautiful boat. People get a chance to see Gloucester like you couldn't from like onshore. And,
That's right.
And is not once you get out there, you turn the motor off and you put the sails up, the acoustics are much better than you could ever imagine.
I know, it's
Yeah.
amazing. I don't know when they started those music scales, 10, 11 years ago, and then about 6 years ago, Laura asked me to host one because she was going to be away, and I gathered some of my friends together, and it was mostly Celtic, and a light went on in my head, and I talked to Tom and Kay about doing just a separate, Celtic music sale, and they didn't quite get it. They didn't know if it would fly at first, but it's been very successful.
The most popular one they have now.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah, Tom. I remember Tom came to me once. He said, "So what is it with Celtic music? Do people like this music or what?" He's like, "Yeah, Tom, they do."
Darn right.
He was
And,
surprised.
we have a great time. Actually, starting last year, I convinced Kay to try a sale on Memorial Day weekend, and we sold it out.
Oh, good.
It's all weather dependent. If you don't have the weather, you don't get the people. But
Good.
We have a great time. Basically, we have a session on deck. Same thing we do with the Landing.
Yep.
It's 8 to 10 musicians. We all sit around.
Definitely recommend people, if you get a chance this summer, catch one of those for sure.
When the light is right and the weather and the music, everything comes together. It's an elixir. It's just this magic
It really is.
combination.
Yep.